All right. Ashish Nihalani, if you could introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, Ashish this side. I did 2 years of my articleship from Chaturvedi Shah, and then 1 year of my articleship I shifted to my hometown, and currently I'm working over there
Where?
and Rajasthan, Kota city.
Kota. Amazing.
Yeah. So
Good to see someone from Kota not pursuing IIT. Good.
So I worked I worked in statutory audit field over there. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It's amazing. So what's the time? It's 9:01. We'll wait up to 9:05 and then we'll start. We got Naveen Verma. Hello, Naveen.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Quick intro, please. How are you? How's it going? Yeah.
I'm fine. Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Naveen Verma. I'm from Mumbai, and currently I've given my C-Enter Group 2 examination and looking up for articleship from big size firm. And I'm preparing for it.
Good. We have Parth Khona joining us all the way from Dubai. Welcome, Parth. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Prithvi. Always an honor to be around.
We have Amay Dabolkar, Upamanyu. हेलो. और किसको पकड़ूं मैं ऑडियंस में से? लोग भागने लगते हैं अगर ऑडियंस में से. If I'm asking anyone. Preeti Jhawar, if you could introduce yourself.
Probably, we can. Devi Ka is also there. We have Prachi also. We have in the audience. Probably any of these guys can introduce to set the tone.
Yeah. So, yes, good suggestion by Parth. So, since it's 9:02 right now, so before we start, we can give a quick intro of the panelists for today and few special guests that we have for the session. So, you can get an idea of what the session is all about and how you can benefit from it. So, I'll start by introducing myself. Hey guys, Prithvi here. As you must be knowing, one of the co-founders of Vision CA. We started around 1.5 years ago when Corona was there then as well as it is right now. It's been an amazing journey so far. On the professional front, I work with PwC. It's been more than 5 years in the Statutory Audit department. To be very precise, I joined back in September 2016 and still there with the Statutory Audit department in the non-financial services sector. So the nature of clients that I worked on was excluding the financial services sector. So what does that include? It includes manufacturing companies, service companies, media companies, cosmetic companies. As you must have noticed, I was talking to Krishna, where she is doing industrial training right now. I used to go there as an auditor. So that's the kind of organizations that I got to work with. And obviously it's a Big Four experience. Joining with me today as co-host is our co-founder and my best friend, Raj Chimankar. Raj, over to you.
Hey, hi Prithvi, hi everyone. Hope I'm audible, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so just a short introduction from my end as well. Like Prithvi introduced, I am also one of the co-founders of Vision CA. We started this organization back, I think, around 1.5 years, 2 years rather, and this it has been growing tremendously. A brief description about my work profile. So I also work at PwC, but in the financial services domain. Completed around 5.5 years now, and I've been a part of various financial services industries which include mutual funds, NBFCs, banks, asset reconstruction companies. You have the investment companies, funds, brokerage, broking clients, and also some of the offshore funds, like the real estate funds. So that's about my work profile. Happy to glad that you guys have joined at 9 o'clock on Saturday. So we'll make sure that you take the most out of this session. And over to you, Prithvi.
Awesome. That was a good introduction. So the best part about Raj is वो जितना भी बोले उसके बारे में कम ही होता है, be it in terms of qualifications or work caliber. One of the smartest person I have met, one of the most sincere and hardworking people you will ever come across. Professionally, if you guys get an opportunity to work with him in the future, it would be a really good opportunity. All right. We have Devi Ka Krishnan as well joining us. Devika, are you there?
Hi, Prithvi. Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. Hi, Devika.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. You can give
My
your
pleasure.
intro. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi guys. I'm also from Prithvi's batch only. I have joined KPMG in September 2016 in the Stat Audit department. I completed 5 years there, 3 years articleship and 2 years post qualification. And now I'm working in Deloitte in the financial due diligence department. So I joined this call more because I'm truly passionate about Stat Audit, and even having spent there, I think it's too lesser. You always have something new to explore there. I think it's field, and don't regret at all the amount of spent over there. And my specialization in Stat Audit was in the non-financial sector, that is manufacturing and service. Done various large listed and independent of 6 people. So that is my brief description. And I'd love to answer
Amazing.
any of your questions.
Amazing. Thanks for joining, Devika. So, all right, guys, without wasting much time, it's 9:07 already. Let's respect everyone's
Prithvi,
time and
but I think
kickstart the
Prithvi,
session. Yes.
we need one more introduction. Amay
Oh,
Davilkar has also joined us. And
yes,
without
yes,
his
yes.
introduction, it would be a gross injustice if we go ahead.
Yeah. I thought he does not need any introduction, so I thought I'll. Yes, Amay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. So just to give a brief introduction, so I'm also from the Prithvi's batch. So as the others are, so I started my journey with a stat audit back in 2016. So I've completed around 4 years in stat audit, and then I was in PwC, so handling non-FS side of clients, which includes various listed, private limited, startups, and across diversified sectors. Then I moved on from statutory audit to investment banking. So I'm currently at HDFC Bank's investment banking as a debt side, so debt capital market. So I guess that's the brief introduction. We can move to the agenda. And Parth, we would
Amazing.
like your introduction as well. He's
Yeah.
joining us from EY. So
Yeah.
over to you, Parth.
Okay, there seems to be some issue on his end. No worries. Maybe during the Q&A we can bring him in again. So guys, let's start with the session. So I'll tell you what open houses are all about, how it goes, what the flow of the whole session would be. So what do you mean by open house? पहले तो open house अगर सोचते हैं तो लगता है कि स्कूल में पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग है या फिर रिजल्ट देखने के लिए बुला लिया, दैट इज ओपन हाउस. किसी के माइंड में आएगा, मेरे माइंड में पहले वही था. बट it's more of an informal conversation between people who come together, like a fireside chat as it's being called these days fancifully, where people who have an experience in a particular field, वो लोग आपके साथ बैठ रहे, बातें कर रहे, और उनकी बस without any hesitation or that वो formal feeling नहीं है, एकदम relax वाली feeling है, and they are simply sharing their experience, and you can ask any questions without the fear of being judged. कभी कभी क्या होता है, सीनियर्स तो हर जगह होते हैं, कभी ऑफिस सेटअप में होते हैं, कभी कोई कहीं पे मिल गया, कोई रिलेटिव होता है, तो एक झिझक होती है, एक हेजिटेशन होता है कि मैं क्या पूछूं क्या नहीं पूछूं, कौन सा सवाल कितना डम्ब होता है. बट so that's the reason we are here. Open house is here, and today is the first session for statutory audit. We have lined up a lot of profiles. It's 19 profiles, if I'm not wrong. Right from management consulting, private equity, investment banking, FDD, sub tum profile bolo. We have planned that. So why statutory audit as the first open house session? It is one of the most sought after fields post qualification in a mainstream manner, majority of the crowd ends up joining statutory audit, be it in a post-qualification job manner or even during articleship. So that's the reason we realized that it would be the best way to kickstart the whole open houses. And the best thing is that we'll give you an overall view of both the FS and non-FS sectors, where audit is primarily split. So I'll be touching upon the non-FS sector, and Raj will be touching upon the FS sector. All right. So as I said, in open house there is no preset agenda. It's totally free flow concept. And I'm aware that today we have people who have appeared for CA finals as well, and those who are in CA inter. So guys, those who are in CA inter, I would prefer you guys remain more as an audience, and your questions would be taken up towards the end. Right now, I would like people who have given their CA final exams and attending to give us some questions. So बातों बातों में topics और निकलेंगे, and वैसे ही पूरा free flow set होगा. So anyone can go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, Sagar.
Yeah, hi Prithvi. Thanks
Hi.
first of all for conducting this session. Yeah.
Thank you.
I would like to ask, in stat audit, since few of you introduced, you all are from Big Fours. So
Yes.
my articleship was from mid-sized firm. So in Big Four, so do we have industry specific choice? Like suppose if I go for media and entertainment or manufacturing only, or is it industry, or do we get exposure of various industries also?
Good question. So Sagar, thanks for the question. I'll tell you how it works. So देखो, मैं मेरा खुद का एक्सपीरियंस बता देता हूँ. तो this is a very subjective thing. मतलब कैसे होगा कि तुम कौन सी टीम में हो, तुम कौन से ग्रुप में हो, एंड वो ग्रुप एंड टीम के पास कौन से क्लाइंट्स है. That will determine which clients you get to work upon. Now let's say for example, अभी अमय दाभोलकर जिन्होंने अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दिया ना, वो और मैं दोनों नॉन फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज सेक्टर में ही थे, ठीक है. बट मेरे जो क्लाइंट्स का नेचर था वो पूरा अलग था, एंड अमय के जो क्लाइंट्स का नेचर था वो भी अलग था. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि डिपार्टमेंट अलग था, बट जो डायरेक्टर्स के अंडर हम लोग थे, जहाँ पे हमें काम मिल रहा था, उसके ऊपर वो डिपेंड हो रहा था. आप समझ रहे हो?
Okay.
तो वो टाइप का रहेगा. So
can you say is it luck based, or do we get a chance while applying? How is it?
See, while applying, at least where I am working, I can tell you कि where you can have a say, where you can have a choice. कि भाई stat audit में you are taking me, that's fine. So FS में जाना है या non FS में जाना है, that's where you can have a say कि मुझे ये particular department में जाना है. अभी वो department में जाने के बाद where you end up working, that is luck based. But अगर एकदम ही हाई लेवल का आपका किधर कुछ पहचाने कोई डायरेक्टर या वैसा है जिसके थ्रू आप डायरेक्टली जा रहे हो, लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल यू नो स्पेसिफिकली कि ये डायरेक्टर जो है वो ये क्लाइंट्स करते हैं, एंड दैट डायरेक्टर वांट्स टू हायर समवन एट योर लेवल, देन यू माइट ट्राई टू गेट अंडर हिम डायरेक्टली, एंड देन इट मे वर्क आउट इन दैट मैनर. बट वो काफी हाई लेवल का डिटेलिंग हो जाएगा. And given the fact that you are a fresher, I would suggest आप बिंदास join कर लो and let the experience come to you rather than you trying to control all the variables.
Yeah,
but
right.
once you get in, you get a bit comfortable, you develop relations over there, then you can say कि बॉस मैं अभी फार्मा में काम कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन अपना जो मीडिया का क्लाइंट है ना, मुझे उधर थोड़ा टाइम काम करना है. तो वो वहाँ चेक करेगी कि वहाँ किसी की जरूरत है कि नहीं, काम है कि नहीं आपके लिए, फिर आपको वहाँ डाल देगी. तो वो सब बाद में हो सकता है, but I hope that answers.
Yeah, thank you so much. And can you just give brief explanation about what you said FS and what's exactly?
Yes. So Raj, FS आप ही बता दो.
FS and non-FS, which you said.
Yes, Raj FS बता दो.
Yeah, so Sagar, just before I jump to your second question, I would like to add to Prithvi's point. And one of the things you validly mentioned is that how do you get into a team which you want to get into? So first is you should be aware of the sectors. What sort of sectors are there in both the non-FS as well as financial services. So just to start off, like in non-FS, Prithvi was mentioning, you have telecom, you have pharma, then you have the service-oriented industry. So, no, like Sagar, at during your interview, no, like always you have that one opportunity wherein the director or no, the HR guy will ask you a question that do you have any question for them? Raise this question at that point of time. That no, like I have particular inclination or interest towards this industry. So, would you mind accommodating me into this particular sector? Or rather than jumping to this question, you should frame it like, can you throw some light on the sectors like on which your clients are focused on? So, like which your majority of the clients are focused on. Abhi, no, like in Big Four, they cater to all sort of clients. But no, like there is, like he mentioned, there is a partner-centric or group-centric rule. So every partner specializes into no, like some or of the other industries, and specialization is nothing but just years of experience auditing those particular sort of clients. So ask that point of time that no, like I have interest towards no, like pharma, or I have interest towards no, like telecom. Will I get an opportunity to work on those clients as well? So like while you may remain open to other roles as well, other clients as well, but as a preference, so that most of your time, like 60 to 70% of your client time goes in auditing the industry which interests you. So make use of that opportunity and no, like do grab a question, do try to no, like get insights around it, and this would also no, like give them a positive indication that you are interested and you are focused towards a particular role, rather than no, like it should not happen that they should not feel that you are here just because the sake of it. You are here to add some value to the client. You understand that particular industry, so do some background research around those particular sectors, and then obviously you can raise some sort of informal questions in your interview, and I'm sure they would be very much accommodative in no, like catering to your request. And coming to your second question, no, like in financial services, so no, like most of the big fours have this bifurcation of financial services and non-financial services. The prime reason of this is that the requirements, the end requirements, or no, like the key focus areas of both these sectors are quite different. While in financial services, you know, like primary focus goes around like asset, the quality of assets around that, the streams of revenue, which is no, like usually interest income or service income. No, like the risks involved are different. The key, no, like the key thought process which goes behind, no, like the business operations are different. So that's why, no, like this primary bifurcation is usually done. And within the financial services industry, no, like I mentioned earlier, you tend to get experience of auditing, no, like banks, NBFCs, which is non-banking financial companies, then asset reconstruction companies, investment companies, broking companies, also no, like private equity companies, VCF, no, like the trust audit. So some sort of, so it's a quite no, like it's a world in itself. FS is also a world in itself, and non-FS. I'm not saying here that which one is good or which one is bad. Both are good and both are best to that extent. It's just that no, like the reason of splitting this is the requirements of both the industries are different. So
Right.
as in when you tend to spend up time in those particular industries, you know, like now Prithvi is an expert in no, like non-financial services. You ask him any question, any area around it, the business, he can guide you better in that. And no, like I'll be able to throw some light on the financial risk just because I've
Right.
spent that amount of time and it's adding value, no, like to my experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Really well put up by Raj. So Sagar, basically जितना भी आपका इंश्योरेंस फाइनेंस वगैरह जो भी जहाँ भी पैसा घूम रहा है ना, वो फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज सेक्टर हो गया. उसमें पूरा अप्रोच ही अलग है. अभी मुझे कल को जाके बोल दिया ना कि एफएस का क्लाइंट करो, तो वो ग्रिप आने में और वो क्वालिटी आने में मेरे को टाइम लगेगा, एंड वाइस वर्सा. अभी मेरा अगर आप क्लाइंटेल अगर पूछोगे किस टाइप का है, तो होटल्स हो गई, हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री हो गई, क्विक सर्विस रेस्टोरेंट्स हो गए, और कौन से थे ट्रेडिंग के जितने भी इंग्रेडिएंट्स हो गए, केमिकल्स हो गए, वो सब टाइप की कंपनीज होती है, मीडिया कंपनीज होती है, टेलीकॉम कंपनीज होती है, ये सारी नॉन फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज सेक्टर में आते हैं. ओके सागर, आई थिंक दैट सम्स इट अप वेल, राइट?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prithvi and
Awesome.
Raj, for answering so detailing. Thank you so much.
All the best. Akshay Agarwal, we have next. Hello, Akshay.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
सो सर मैंने अभी अपने सीए फाइनल्स के एग्जाम्स दिए थे, इसमें सेकंड अटेम्प्ट। पहले ग्रुप 2 का एग्जाम दिया था जो रह गया था एग्रीगेट से, फ्यू मार्क्स ओनली। आपकी पेपर्स अच्छे गए हैं, होपफुली एवरीथिंग विल बी फाइन। करंटली मैंने टाइम वेस्ट ना हो तो रिलेटिव की एक छोटी सी ऑफिस ज्वाइन कर लिया था। मेरा जो क्लाइंटेल बेसिकली रहा था आर्टिकलशिप के टाइम में, इट वाज मिक्स ऑफ अ स्टैट ऑडिट एंड एन स्टैट एंड इंटरनल ऑडिट।
Okay.
Not of the tax audit side, but stat and internal. 50% of the time I'm in stat audit and 50% internal audit. So
Okay.
अब currently मैं decide नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ कि क्या आगे। I am like जो मिल जाएगा अभी कर लेंगे। तो वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा, और stat and financial में भी it's like more of the non-financial services sectors basically. Stat में hotel industry and one was a service sector industry.
Okay.
Like BPO and.
Okay. Great.
And then the non-financial sector, education sector, service sectors, small service sectors and all, that was my clientele.
अच्छा खासा यार आपका एक्सपोजर तो है। बोलिए बोलिए। यस।
तो अभी मतलब समझ नहीं आ रहा कि आगे क्या करना चाहिए, कौन सा पकड़ना चाहिए।
आप कहाँ के बेस्ड आउट हो?
सर आई एम फ्रॉम यूपी, पीलीभीत, a small city from UP, but my articleship from Delhi.
Delhi, great. So Akshay, first of all, congrats on giving the exams right now. मैं तो ऐसे ही congrats ही बोलता हूँ, वो clear होना ही है अपने को, ठीक है? It's just a timing difference. वो deferred tax में होता है ना कि timing difference है, आगे पीछे time है, but CA तो बनना ही है, ठीक है? So just to give some perspective, my personal opinion would be that if you want to kickstart your career and you are not exactly sure how you should start, so one, my you can say that it's my personal inclination या कैसे भी आप बता सकते हो। I would suggest कि अगर आप stat audit and internal दोनों में confused हो ना, and अगर आपको बड़ी फॉर्म से start करना है, तो I would suggest कि आप stat से चालू करो। Why I'll tell you कि stat में अगर आप गए ना, तो stat is like a junction, ठीक है? stat में आप रहोगे ना, तब तक दूसरी possibilities open रहेगी कि चलो कल को आपको अगर इंटरनल में जाना है या फिर आपको इंडस्ट्री में जाना है या फिर कोई भी रोल में जाना है, अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग में भी जाना है, फाइनेंशियल ड्यू डिलिजेंस में भी जाना है, तो ये सब गेटवेज ओपन रहते हैं। फॉरेंसिक में भी जाना है, ठीक है? स्टैट वाले भी इंटरनल वाले भी जा सकते हैं। देखो, रूल आउट तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि कोई भी जा नहीं सकता, कल को इंटरनल ऑडिट वाला बंदा भी ये सब रोल्स में जा सकता है। बट मैं कौन से पर्सपेक्टिव से बोल रहा हूँ कि मार्केट एक्सेप्टेंस कितना ईजी है उस चीज के लिए, तो मेंटली भी कौन सा स्किल सेट लेके कहाँ पे इजीली स्विच कर पाओगे, कहाँ का स्किल सेट कहाँ यूज कर पाओगे, तो वो पर्सपेक्टिव से आई वुड सजेस्ट यू गो फॉर स्टैट ऑडिट आफ्टर क्लियरिंग, एंड देन यू नो आफ्टर कपल ऑफ मंथ्स और आफ्टर 1 year इफ यू आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल, देन यू कैन स्विच टू इंटरनल ऑडिट और व्हाटएवर द फील्ड यू वांट, ठीक है? ऑल द बेस्ट।
Okay. So my articleship is from a decent firm, not very big, not very small. I have met मतलब 90% of the clients ऐसे होते थे जहाँ पे I am doing an internal audit and some big four firm is doing a stat audit or the vice versa.
Okay.
So currently मैं मतलब big fours में जाऊँ या किसी mediocre firm को ही अपना देखूँ?
बिग फोर, स्टार्ट विद द बिग फोर। क्वालिफाई होने के बाद बिग फोर जाना है, वो जो एक बार सीवी में आपके छप गया ना बिग फोर 1 साल का, वो जीवन भर रहेगा। फिर जाओ ना मिड साइज में, जो करना है करो, जहाँ पे भी जाना है, बट क्वालिफाई होने के बाद स्टार्ट विद द बिग फोर, दैट वुड बी माय एडवाइस। एंड अपने तो गुड़गांव में भी है अपने तो बिग फोर्स, क्या बोल रहे हो?
Yes. I have been there. My friend used to. Actually, my firm was having an audit of Big Four itself.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We were also having the audit of institute itself, and I have also done that.
तो काफी बड़ी फर्म है आपकी फिर तो।
Yeah, yes, decent. अब मतलब काम एक्सपोजर कम हो गया है, बट पहले अच्छा था।
Okay.
तो मेरे को करेंटली जो इश्यू आ रहा था, मैंने परसों भी थोड़ा सा ट्राई करा था, सीवी लिखने में बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही है कि क्या लिखें क्या नहीं लिखें, कौन सा एक्सपीरियंस लिखें, क्या फॉर्मेट होना चाहिए, क्या कुछ उस पे गाइड कर देंगे अगर?
जरूर हम गाइड करेंगे। इनफैक्ट वी आर इवन स्टार्टिंग विद द बूट कैंप सून, जिसमें आपका सीवी रिव्यू, जॉब इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन, ग्रुप डिस्कशन वगैरह, लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल रिव्यू, वो सब भी हम आपका एकदम डिटेल में करा सकते हैं। तो वी कैन कनेक्ट separately for it and you can we can help guide you with that absolutely. ठीक है?
Sure sir. Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next we have Teja. Yes, Teja.
Yeah, hi, good evening. Can you please confirm the audio?
Yes.
The $1 billion question: does attendance matter? Do attendance matter?
What are you looking for after qualification?
Actually, this is my 5th attempt. I have cleared my first group in 4th attempt, and this is my 5th attempt. Looking for group 2 results. I'm looking in the long-term perspective. I'm looking into practice or overseas job opportunities.
Okay.
In the short term, immediately, as you have just mentioned before, for at least one year, I'm looking for into a Big Four.
Okay.
And with that 1 year time span in Big Four, I'm looking further into overseas opportunities or to shift into industry. But later on, after 10 years or so, it would be a practice.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So,
and in addition to that, how should I leverage this negative aspect? Because it's a past, it's a thing of past, nothing in my control. How to overpower it, or how to, what do we say? You got me right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Teja, welcome to the session, and really, happy the way you're putting it across in a very easy manner, because generally people are very self-conscious and they're very shy about attempts and everything. But trust me, it does not matter as much for the career roadmap that you have put in right now. So right now your short-term goal is to get into a whatever job or industry that you're looking for the first 10 years, and then shift into practice. So I have seen people in Big Four, I know them personally, who have joined after having multiple attempts. So a few questions that you might expect in the interview is, what took you so many attempts? Or you have attempts, so why should we hire you? These might be the questions. So you can tell them that sometimes, so now the recently, most of the time it was COVID as well. So COVID is one good reason, and there might be other reasons as well. But you can, if you're able to convince the interviewer with your technical skills and the way your soft skills, that you are an ideal candidate, then you will get selected. That is for sure. So don't keep that inferiority complex or anything in your mind, and just go and expect a good interview, and I think you should be able to do well. And see, 10 years you said, right? After 10 years you want to do practice. So even today, if you want to do practice, attempts do not matter anyway, because you are your own boss, you are hiring yourself. Okay. And after 10 years, no one would be asking your attempts. That is my guarantee. Okay. Attempts ko lekin we are more conscious before clearing and during giving our exams, but after a point, after you become a CA, everyone is a CA. Okay. So you need not worry about it. Go ahead, all the best, and we are there to guide and support you throughout. Okay.
Thank you, Prithvi.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, Keshav.
हाय सर, मुझे ये पूछना था, एक्चुअली मैं आर्टिकलशिप में हूँ अभी करेंटली, तो मेरे को मेरी पहले ना एक्चुअली बीडीओ में हो गया था मेरा आर्टिकलशिप, ऑडिट में ही मिल रही थी नोएडा में, बट ड्यू टू सम फैमिली इश्यूज में जा नहीं पाया, क्योंकि मैं रोहतक में रहता हूँ, थोड़ा ट्रैवलिंग था और ये था, तो भेजा नहीं था। तो मैंने उसके बाद एक फर्म में ज्वाइन किया, ASR एंड कंपनी, बेसिकली गुड़गांव में है, एक स्टार्टअप बडी के साथ एसोसिएशन में था। उन्होंने पहले मुझे कहा था वो ऑडिट में वर्क कराएंगे, बट अभी क्योंकि ITRs का काम और प्रेशर की वजह से उन्होंने मुझे टैक्सेशन में रखा हुआ था। तो अब मतलब ऑडिट में ही मैं काम करूंगा, उनका ऑफिस गुड़गांव है, क्लाइंट्स भी सारे अलग अलग जगह के हैं। मेरे को बेसिकली ये पूछना था, क्योंकि अब मैं बेसिकली वर्क फ्रॉम होम ही कर रहा हूँ एक तरह से, गुड़गांव में जाता नहीं, और मैंने परमानेंटली ये बोला था कि मतलब एक ऑफिस है इनका, यहाँ पे ब्रांच है, तो यहाँ कभी कभार चले जाओ, छोटे से 3-4 लोग आते हैं, तो मतलब मेरे को कुछ फायदा लगता नहीं है। तो मैं मतलब अभी तो टैक्सेशन का था तो मैं जा रहा था, लेकिन ऑडिट का वो कह रहे हैं आप घर से ही करोगे, तो मतलब ये पूछना है कि स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिट घर से पॉसिबल है या नहीं, मतलब ये पूछना है कि विदाउट एनी क्लाइंट प्लेस, विदाउट एनी दिस, बेसिकली तो ये पॉसिबल है या नहीं?
Keshav, I'll answer in a very short manner. So see, जब तक COVID and restrictions है ना, तब तक offline है, but statutory audit as a nature pure client facing job है। वो टैक्स वालों की तरह ऐसा नहीं है कि आप रिमोटली कर पाओगे। वंस लॉकडाउन ओपन्स अप, यू विल हैव टू गो टू द क्लाइंट प्लेस फॉर श्योर, 100%।
ओके, तो बेसिकली हमें विजिट करना पड़ेगा।
Yes.
Okay. Basically, if I get a chance right now, अगर मेरे को कोई मिलता है, मतलब, for example, one of my friend is referring I have got a call from that है, तो shall I, मतलब, क्योंकि तरह एक लगता है कि अभी तो कोविड चलेगा, तो अभी और बाद में जाना भी पड़ा तो थोड़ा टाइम जाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आर्टिकलशिप काफी निकल चुकी है, तो shall I join अगर मेरे को मिलता है, या फिर मेरे को ये लगता है कि
आपका पर्सनल प्रेफरेंस, इफ यू फील लर्निंग एक्सपेक्ट आपको जहाँ पे ज्यादा बेटर दिख रही है तो जाइए, एंड ब्रांड नेम भी देखिए, यू कैन गो. ठीक है.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. All the best, Keshu. All right. Next question.
Krishna here.
Yes, Krishna.
So actually, I want to add on to his question. Like I said, I have done my articleship from K Navy, and K Navy mostly had US GAAP based clients. So practically speaking, I have no Indian client exposure. Whatever audit exposure I have is of US GAAP. Not that I'm saying that audit procedure was different, but I don't have much of an idea of the Indian compliances and all the reports that go. I mean, obviously I've studied an audit, but not the practical aspect. Also, like US based clients, so I don't have a client exposure. Most of our communications were through emails.
That's right. I can understand. Yes.
And if at all there was a client visit, only the senior most person in the team would have a visit, or they would set up a call, which articles were not generally involved, or even if we were involved, we were mostly on mute. We were just the audience.
I can understand. Yes. Yes.
So will that affect? That is my first concern.
Okay.
And the second concern is like, please, like you said, you will not judge me, so please don't.
अरे बोलो ना, हाँ बोलो.
But so हमारा ना हमें सारा data Excel में मिल जाता था. We did not have to actually work on their ERP systems. So, and then I know some people who have worked in Indian clients work for Indian clients, and they're like very well versed with SAP and Tally, and like I have that complex that I am not very well versed with. Well, I'm very good at Excel, but then do all of these like little things, will that have an impact on my CV that I'm not well versed with some of the IT software and stuff like that?
Okay. So आपने बाद में इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग भी किया है ना?
अभी
हाँ तो वहाँ पे किया ना सब आपने, वो ओरेकल चलाते थे ना आप? हाँ. अरे तो आई गॉट योर क्वेश्चन. सो बेसिकली आपका जो भी आर्टिकलशिप एक्सपीरियंस है, दैट इज एन ऑफशोर ऑडिट एक्सपीरियंस. ठीक है. एंड यहाँ पे मतलब ऑन शोर क्लाइंट फेसिंग टाइप का जनरली ऑडिट रहता है व्हाट वी डू. सो सी एज यू ओनली मेंशन कि जो टेक्निकल स्किल्स है वो आपका है ऑलरेडी, बट कम्युनिकेशन में क्लाइंट फेसिंग थोड़ा कम था, तो आपका इंटीरियर एक थोड़ा वो आ गया है, शाइनेस टाइप एक थोड़ा बिल्ड हो गया है, या एक हेजिटेंस हो गया है कि कल को अगर मैं जाके क्लाइंट से बात करती हूँ या इफ आई टॉक टू देम तो कैसे होगा इंटरेक्शन. एंड दूसरा जो ईआरपी की बात आपने कही, ईआरपी वगैरह कम चला है. ठीक है. तो यू नीड नॉट वरी एट ऑल. सो सी ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा शिफ्ट होने में टाइम लगेगा, बट कितना लगेगा? 1 महीना, 2 महीना, 3 महीना, तब तक तो रेडी हो जाओगे ना. एंड जनरली कोई भी फ्रेशर होता है ना, सी you have been fortunate enough to get a good articleship exposure from a decent mid-sized firm. Only thing is that it was an offshore experience. So I will tell you what the expectation of your team members would be if you join audit. If you are a fresher, आपसे expectation वही होगी कि you are quick at learning, you have a sound technical knowledge of audit and the gaps. ठीक है. And वो आपको issue नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि अगर इंडिया से आई गैप भी होता है, यूएस गैप अगर आपने किया है तो यू विल बी एबल टू कंफर्टेबली शिफ्ट. एंड जो क्लाइंट इंटरेक्शन वगैरह की बातें अगर जो होती है तो वो भी कोई इश्यू नहीं है. देखो नॉर्मली अभी हम लोग भी अभी बात तो कर ही रहे हैं ना, वो खाली क्या है, वो ऑफिस सेटअप होगा, वहाँ पे कुछ दूसरी टॉपिक की बातें करेंगे, तो वो कॉम्प्लेक्स हटा दो अपने माइंड से. फिर जब ईआरपी वगैरह की बात आती है, तो अभी देखो जो लोग भी ईआरपी चलाते भी है तो वो लोग एंट्री तो नहीं मारते ना. वो मैं मानता हूँ कि मिड साइज या स्मॉल फर्म या जो भी फर्म्स है उसमें अगर आप आर्टिकलशिप कर रहे हो तो फाइनेंशियल्स भी आप ही बनाते हो, एंट्रीज भी आप ही मारते हो, ऑडिट भी आप ही करते हो. बट ऐसा नहीं है. अभी जो बिग 4 वगैरह के भी जो क्लाइंट्स वगैरह होते हैं तो उसमें सब एंट्री बनाते ही नहीं है फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. तो उनका भी एक्सपोजर लिमिटेड ही होता है ईआरपी का. आप समझो उनका एक्सपोजर क्या होता है कि वो उनको क्लाइंट ने लैपटॉप दे दिया तो थोड़े बहुत रिपोर्ट एक्सट्रैक्ट कर दिए, GL वगैरह एक्सट्रैक्ट कर दिए, उतने तक ही लिमिटेड है, आप ऐसा समझो। तो आपके कोई फ्रेंड्स है, उनका कुछ एक्सपीरियंस है, तो उससे उसके वजह से आप खुद को वो लोअर उस पर मत जज करो, ठीक है। सो बी कंफर्टेबल, जस्ट keep in your mind that you have done articleship from a decent organization, and since you are a fresher, the expectation would also be reasonable and you will get sufficient time. आप ज्वाइन करोगे उसके 6th month में तो आप एकदम सेट हो जाओगे वहां पे, जहाँ पे भी जाओगे वहां पे। सो नथिंग टू वरी, ठीक है। ऑल द बेस्ट।
Actually, I have another question.
Yes.
And
Yes.
This is more like a very basic
Yeah. Go ahead.
question.
Yes.
Which is, why should I even consider statutory audit? Like, fresher, as a fresher, I have done my articleship, and no offense to anybody, but I do not think that it was like the most interesting field. I mean, it's basically the same work for different people, and just some new learning experience. Like, but I mean, honestly, from what I have done, and this is like purely personal opinion.
Yeah.
But like, why would I even consider?
So
can I take this
pay
question?
part, I mean.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait, Raj, I think she has more to say, or the question is over.
Okay.
No, I have more to say. I mean, except
Bolo.
the pay part, which is a separate discussion altogether. But
all right. Yes.
Yeah, but the learning point of view, like, is that a great career option, going ahead? Like, how long can someone do a statutory audit for? Like, that is the question.
Yes,
I
Raj,
think
please.
Devi Ka has put on a bang on question. Rather than like, I would have been like very happy if this question would have been at the start of the session itself. Then like it would have helped us to set the agenda and set the session more.
Now the session has started.
Even I have the same question.
You have kicked the ball, Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay, Raj, please take ahead. Yeah.
So I'll just give my I'll just share an experience of how a tip on how a person should take up or view statutory audit. So like Devi Ka had mentioned, like most of us think that stat audit is very mainstream. It's you're not adding much value to your CV, or you think that apart from the pay you're not getting that much benefits, or you're not specializing into it, and a lot of cons against it. But if you also see like from a different viewpoint, or like rather a different angle, I think you will be able to find out like multiple like good points around being statutory audit. So like first one is that one of the prime reason why like most of the firms hire interns for statutory audit and tax only, right? You wouldn't have seen many companies hiring like interns for valuation, forensic, or like any other investment banking, or you wouldn't see people hiring interns especially for articleship for these profiles. While you might get a 1 year industrial training experience, but that too comes after like 2 years of either a stat audit first preference. Taxation may you do not tend to end up into such roles usually. So one of the like beauty of stat audit is that if you approach any stat audit, in a in a fashioned manner. So like rather than just like jumping on the audit and doing some sort of sample testing, or like restricting your knowledge to just the areas allocated to you, you'll not find any cream, or you'll not find any like rosy picture in this profession. And trust me that if that's the thing you are doing, then you are not viewing or you're not in the right direction. The way you should approach is like okay, I have been allocated a client, so I'll just give you a short story. I have suppose I've been allocated uh, an NBFC, a non-banking finance company, to me as an audit assignment. The way I would approach it is that and obviously it's not like I was of this viewpoint on the day one. It's I have developed this viewpoint over the time which I've spent over the time which I've spent with multiple teams and working with multiple people. So the way we view assignment is like we first understand the like the business, what exactly it is into, how it is making money. So like a basic thing is like you would say कि okay NBFC है, लोन देगा, and सामने उसका कुछ बोरिंग वगैरह होगा, इंटरेस्ट इनकम आया, इंटरेस्ट इनका थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट एक्सपेंस भर दिया, जो उसका बाकी का क्रीम है, that is its income. But this is not how like this is just of like 1% of what we are reading the assignment as. अगर आप उसका business model देखोगे, the way it is, how it does credit eval, it like there are multiple stages involved, like right from loan initiation, पहले वो loan कहाँ से आया, from where did it come, from where is the company sourcing the loan from. So मैं चलो एक NBFC कर रहा हूँ, वो loan वो क्या करती है, ऑटो फाइनेंसिंग करती है. सो आप जो व्हीकल्स वगैरह लेते हो, तो you go to the showroom and you'll get an option to like purchase it on EMI as well through some of their lending partners. So that is one point of sourcing for them. Now मेरे को पता कैसे चलेगा कि ठीक है, चलो ये कंपनी भी लोन देती है, so I will set up my agents over there, so I'll be sourcing loan from over there. Second is उसका credit evaluation होता है. So आपकी जो the loan which you are getting assigned, a lot of thought process goes behind of the credit team. So you get to understand, you get to assess those rationale कि okay, इसका जो credit assessment किया है, what sort of considerations they have considered into. Now if I see 1 lakh का loan, I would say कि इसमें क्या ज़्यादा analysis किया होगा. But I have seen exposures of 1000 crores as well. 1000 crore being extended to a single party. 100 पेज का तो उसका खाली credit assessment था. क्या rational गया अभी वो I'll just tell you that credit assessment memo, मतलब the insights which it gave it to me, it starts with the industry. It never starts with the client. It starts with the industry. How is the industry performed? Then what is the client? What is the client business? What is its background? Who are the promoters? Who are the shareholders? Industry कैसे perform कर रहा है? उसने और कहाँ से loan लिया हुआ है? What sort of ratio analysis goes into? उसका मतलब what are the उसका एक पूरा SWOT analysis, like the way we do like SWOT analysis कि अपना strength weakness वगैरह क्या है. Every client का भी SWOT analysis होता है. They assess it from each and every parameter. So like you just आप पढ़ोगे तो you will get to know, okay, this is also a thought process which has gone behind, and this also which is considered from a risk perspective. After the loan initiation, after the credit assessment and everything, you see the business. कल उठ के मेरे को I say कि okay चलो मेरे को एक NBFC डालना है. Boss, I should also know how an NBFC runs. How is its operation schedule? How the loan moves from different stages, stage 1 to stage 2. What sort of teams are there? There is a different operations team which manages all the documentation and everything work. There's a different valuation team which gives clearances around that. मेरे को in the nutshell मेरे को business तो पता होना चाहिए, and no other like profession like other than Stat Audit would ideally give you a complete insight into their business. So like apart, if you are working into a PE वगैरह and your business is only investing into those companies, चलो वो नीचे वाला आपको बताएगा कि भाई ये मेरा business क्या है. But Stat Audit is like client is obliged to like explain you its entire business model. आप उसको जितने भी question पूछो, he will not like he doesn't have an option, or he doesn't have an option to refrain. He has to answer your question. And like the way its business model runs, the way collections are monitored, the way they do partnerships with various like companies in the space. अभी NBFC वगैरह भी अगर आप देखोगे, they do there are so many fintech, there are so many like fintech is like basically your the various aggregator of various like in simple terms I say टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म. तो अगर आप देखोगे you go on Amazon, आपको 100 तरीके की कंपनीज के नाम दिखेंगे कि buy via this which operates like buy now pay later model. And these all are like this is the new era, right? Rather the जो brick and mortar का जो जमाना होता था, it's like way gone ahead. And these are the partnerships, these are the some of the business calls which these companies take into. Abhi we get to understand कि okay इसका model क्या था. You meet up, you have an access to all the heads of that NBFC, right from operations to your credit to your CFO. We tend to interact with them. We tend to understand okay क्या है, मतलब how are they running the business, what risks they are facing, what issues they are facing. Sometimes तो like अभी जैसे मैं 4-5 क्लाइंट करता हूँ, मैंने दूसरे क्लाइंट से अगर कुछ अच्छी चीजें देखी होगी, आई शेयर इट विथ हिम, ओके व्हाई डोंट यू इम्प्लीमेंट दिस. एंड इट्स अ 2-way फ्लो. सो मतलब नया चीज कहाँ से आता है? इट्स जस्ट लाइक आप 5 क्लाइंट का काम किया, आपने 5 के ऑब्जर्वेशन निकाले, एक दूसरे पे अगर आप थ्रो कर लो, तो यू हैव योर like observations ready on the go. You like you are interacting with CFOs, CEOs, and like on some of the assignments which I was working, I was interacting even with the group CEOs, group directors, and everything. So those visibility, ideally, like you wouldn't get from day one in your any other profession, and it will give you a so insightful, depth into like particular client. But it's up to you how much deep dive you do into it and how much time you have to do it, to do a deep dive. And like from client interaction and everything also. Big Four may they give you autonomy. You go and interact with, even with, if you are if you show talent and if you show like the skill to learn, they will even give you an opportunity to go and interact with CFOs. In my team, articles even reach out to the CFO, CEOs, and other directors as well. And those are very much like alternative. They like even the approach which we follow. So and especially start audit, like I said, you tend to get exposure or tend to get experience of multiple clients, multiple industries, multiple sectors. So like till the time like you are still at a juncture of your life, like you're still not very much convinced that okay, I should do this or I should not do this. I think it's the best profession to stay into. Like with years, you tend to get those visibility. You tend to get those learning. You tend to get those like direction. At least starting not today, एक साल 2 साल नहीं, 5 साल में तो आपको direction आ ही जाएगा कि भाई मेरे को आगे start audit में ही करना है, या इसमें से मैंने जो clients किए हैं, I want to join any one of these sector, या any one of this profession, या any one of this specialized department.
Right. I understand. So, like you're saying,
that's how the way you should look at it. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I was just saying, so the learning is that we will get to understand each and every business, like whichever clients we do, we'll get to understand the business model of it, the nuances of the business and the industry, and we'll get to interact with a lot of big shot people, which would give us a very, basically a good networking.
Absolutely.
Good network. Yeah.
Right.
So networking perspective से तो I don't feel कि stat audit से ज़्यादा किसी में होगा. You might say that it's a personal bias, but personally अभी देखो ये कृष्णा के साथ starting में ही आप लोग ने notice किया. मैंने वो client I guess 2018 में last किया था, but still I remember the people over there. They are still in touch with me. So वैसे ही मेरे कितने सारे clients हुए रहेंगे वहाँ पे, कितने सारे लोग हो गए. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट इज अभी वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी अगर कोई वो पॉइंट पे था, वो आज को कई और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जा रहा है. एंड इफ यू आर इन टच विथ हिम एंड इफ देयर इज अ गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी ओवर देयर, सो वो नेटवर्क का जो आपको बेनिफिट है ना, वो पूरा अनपैरेलल्ड है. So just to summarize what these guys discussed, why statutory audit? If I want to make a case for statutory audit, if you are starting out with your career and not sure of where to commit yourself, and you don't want to get into any specialization in the very beginning, then you can stay in statutory audit to buy some time indirectly till the time you figure out completely where you want to go. Secondly, the door for industry remains open quickly. आप easily industry में switch कर सकते हो अगर statutory audit में हो. It might be your client itself, or some could connect. They would any day be happy to have someone from statutory audit. Then you develop an all-round approach. Let's say if you are doing statutory audit, तो जो actual business है, धंधा, वो तो आपके माइंड में है ही, लेकिन जो financials जो होते हैं ना, P&L बैलेंस शीट, आपको पूरा हर एक नंबर पे कंट्रोल होता है कि बोरोइंग हो गई, प्रोडक्शन हो गई, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो गई, कौन सा नंबर कहाँ से जा रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, ट्रेंड एनालिसिस है. तो ये जो आपका पर्सपेक्टिव डेवलप होगा ना ओवर द इयर्स, जो वेरिएंस एनालिसिस का, वेरिएशन एनालिसिस का हो गया, इन डेप्थ अंडरस्टैंडिंग का हो गया, तो वो आई थिंक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लर्निंग है. जो आपकी एनालिटिकल स्किल्स डेवलप होती है वो हो गया. और thirdly, as we were discussing, जो networking opportunities होती है, they are really good. जो exposure होता है, you get to interact with really high level people. And one thing that I have realized is that through those interactions and those experiences, आपका खुद का जो soft skills भी होता है ना, the way you talk to people, वो पूरा polish हो जाता है over time. The person you were when you started as an article or a fresher, and what you would be 1 or 2 years down the line would be totally different, and you will yourself experience it over the course of time, and you will remember कि हाँ ये सच है. So these are one of the points I would say why statutory audit. I think it's time to go to the next questions. So we have Abhishek Krishnan. Yes, Abhishek. Your question, please.
Hi, is my audio clear?
Yes, you're audible.
Hi, I don't have basically any question. I just want to thank this whole Vision CA team for.
Oh my God, yeah. Thank you so much. So you are related to Karthik Krishnan by any chance?
No, we actually connected a couple of days before.
Okay.
So I know Karthik, but yeah, we both are Tamil Brahmins, so that is the same surname.
Small world again.
Small world
Awesome,
again.
awesome.
And also I have enrolled for this mentorship program too, so we'll get back to this.
Yeah. It will be a good experience.
Definitely.
All the best. See you there.
And also the free of cost thing is like the biggest thing that no one else would provide. Like at least they would charge a penny for this, and you guys are doing this without anything. Like that's really great. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much. That's really kind of you. This is the only incentive that we have to keep us going, and really glad to see mentees coming and attending the session. So it's like a whole caterpillar to butterfly process. So you're a student, and sometime like a butterfly, you will go as a qualified, and you are still there together. Amazing.
Correct.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Abhishek.
Seriously.
All right. So next we have Redmi. Yes, Redmi.
Hi, my name is Vidhi.
Hi, Vidhi.
Actually, I wanted to ask something about audit at the Big Four. So basically, my background is I've done my articleship from a mid-sized firm, but the work that I've done is pretty much very basic, like just vouching or simple bank recos or payables, very basic stuff. So I haven't done much of I don't have any idea about payroll inventories. So I don't have much exposure in that. And now I'm planning to switch to Big Four. So I just wanted to know, what can I do to improve now so that I'll be able to, work properly at the Big Four, because I don't have much relevant work experience.
Mm-hmm. So you appeared for CA Finance recently, yeah?
Yeah, in December.
Okay, and your articleship experience was in statutory audit, but you're not wholly satisfied with the exposure.
Exactly.
That's what I can gauge. Okay, so see, more or less it would be the same, the audit that you would be doing. It's just that few areas, as you mentioned, inventory, payroll, that would be that's somewhere you're not confident. But I don't think that should be an issue or an impediment. So what you can do is, from time to time when you're preparing for the interviews and everything, you can brush up on the standards on auditing pertaining to those areas. Let's say, for example, inventory के लिए inventory count वाला हो गया या वैसा हो गया. So Ind AS हो गया, accounting standards हो गए. So that's how you will be able to work on technically. So technically, if you are sound, and in the interview, if a question is being asked to you, and you are able to demonstrate that whatever was your practical experience, where there you are able to demonstrate your practical experience. And if a question is being asked from an area where you don't have a practical experience, but your theoretical answer is correct and convincing, then you will sail through the interview. And work mein to it's always on the job learning. See, it's not like, say, tomorrow I might get a client and I might get to work on areas or things that I don't have any prior experience, but I can always develop an approach, or or talk to people who are already working over there and learn on the job. So I don't think that should be an issue. And for interview preparation, everything, we are also there. So I don't think there's an issue, and you can do well.
I would like to add here, Prithvi. So
yes,
since you mentioned about since the discussion is about relevant work experience.
Yes.
So for me personally, 5 years I have been only into manufacturing and service. I have not touched FS. I don't have any other interest in FS. So it's not like I have done research or something. Like I'm a blank slate when it comes to FS. When I joined Deloitte, I directly got into the FS sector without my knowledge. And my first due diligences were on fund diligence, that is venture capital funds. So the irony is that, I have no experience whatsoever, but my director knows that I have done 5 years of stat audit experience. He just pushed me into it. He said, I'm not telling you anything. I know that you are from a Big Four, you have experience and you can do it. It's up to you how you figure out, but you can do it. So I just want to tell the audience that that is the confidence that a third person has when you have a stat audit experience. So don't undermine your own experience. I think I did that a lot. I used to talk to Prithvi a lot when I was thinking of switching that, what do I do? I have stat audit, but I realized that what we have, many people don't have. And I think that is the utmost confidence that it gives you by being in stat audit.
Really well put, Devika. So as Devika said, the skill set and the confidence that you develop in stat audit, मैं ना एकदम नटशेल में बोल देता हूँ. स्टैट ऑडिट में जो लोग होते हैं ना पूरा दिन रोते रहते हैं, ठीक है, उनको लगता है कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, बट एक्चुअली यू आर डेवलपिंग एज अ प्रोफेशनल एंड एज अ सीए. वो पूरे तुम अलग बन रहे हो भाई. वो जो डायमंड्स, प्रेशर क्रिएट्स डायमंड, तो तुम जो रो रहे हो ना पूरे, दैट्स द प्रेशर, and the diamond will be there at the end of the day. The difference will be there, that is for sure. So keep a inherently positive approach and do it happily. Even I am to implement, but we should keep that approach and we should believe that it will be good. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, and thank you, Devika, also.
Awesome. All right, next question. Yes, Sagar. सागर आपका है क्वेश्चन?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, I wanted to add, like, the beauty of this session, which I realize, like few questions which we have, they get answered automatically by if someone else also asks. So this is what I liked. And as someone mentioned, like pre-sessions which you are putting up. So this is also good. Like some people tell if we put it for free, people don't value, but I don't think so. Like I have a very different opinion. If someone is very serious, they will even attend free sessions with utmost priority. So thank you so much for conducting session.
Thanks, Sagar. So Sagar, आप अपने mentee हो already vision CA के, you took benefit of our free mentoring during the preparation, or you're new right now?
No, I'm not a mentee yet. Like I have few questions related to this only. If I can ask.
We can connect later, not an issue.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
I'm going to tell frankly, pura ekdam bindas, but I know no one is going to judge since we are having an informal talk. Like my articleship got completed way back. मतलब बहुत time हो गया. Articleship complete हो गया, and my CA final both groups are pending. And I have given only second group till now, which is exams there. And first group, I've never ever studied also till now. And second group I have given, but that too not so much I have studied. So like my articleship complete okay with time again, I have to start a job actually.
Okay.
So articleship complete हो गया और अभी ये time तला मैं job किया भी नहीं अभी. Why it did not happen, and that is altogether a different story.
Not
so
an issue.
I have to start a job. So I'm thinking to start with a mid-size firm. Like I'm open to work in any field. Like my approach is right now a learning approach. I want to learn as much as I can.
Amazing.
Because what I feel is now, like the insecurity जो मेरे को हो रही है कि my articleship experience was stat audit, tax audit, that was major. So पर वो भी मैंने जब किया था, it was way back. So मेरे को वो भी याद नहीं है, मतलब मैंने क्या किया है. Like I know what I have done, but if someone asks question related to it, I feel I cannot answer it right now. And also I have not studied group 1 audit also.
All right.
So how do I move ahead now in suppose like, because if I join a mid-size firm, the most common profiles are like stat audit, tax audit, taxation.
Yes.
So like how do I move ahead, like acquiring skills so that I can move ahead? Can you please guide?
Yes, Sagar, again, really appreciate your kind words and your honesty about yourself, and the frankness with which you express. So I think most of the people are already aware of. If they're not aware, guys, again, we at Vision CA, our core principle and motive is to provide free mentoring to the student till the day he clears his CA exams and till the day he becomes a CA. So Sagar, आपको ना मैं एक फॉर्म भेजूंगा, वो आप फिल कर देना. We'll assign you a mentor. पर्सनल सीए मेंटर, वो आपको पूरा प्लानिंग वानिंग अपन करेंगे एंड वील इंश्योर दैट यू क्लियर, ठीक है। फिर सेकेंडली जब प्लानिंग वगैरह जो टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट्स की भी बात हो गई, वी कैन सिट टुगेदर एंड we'll help you prepare for the things, so we are there to help you, so nothing to worry. So
for those pursuing along with job also?
Yes, we will do. In fact, हमारे oldest mentee, I guess her age is around 50 है कि कितना है उनका राज? 50 जितना ही है ना उनके?
45.
हाँ, she is 45 years old. उनके family में she has 2 kids. उनको भी we had helped and the response was really good. She got an exemption in a paper, elective में तो उनको exemption आया, and I guess score was overall good, but she did not clear, but she'll clear very soon. So these are the things we are doing, and request everyone to benefit if you are still not benefiting. ठीक है? We can do it.
Yeah, sure.
So guys, it's a quite big organization now. We have 250 plus chartered accountants who are helping us in this cause and providing free mentoring services. So do enroll for it. You will be assigned a personal mentor. You can interact with him like the way we are doing an open house. It's like a 24/7 open house rather. I guess.
Correct.
You can interact and you can ask n number of questions to them, and they will be happy to take out time from and guide you, so that even our objective is that even we are doing just 1% of this 100% journey of you becoming a CA, then it satisfies us, because we have noticed that it's not that सारे लोगों के पास वो लग्जरी नहीं होती कि वो सीए के पास जाके गाइडेंस ले या खुल के क्वेश्चन पूछ सके कि भैया ये नहीं आ रहा है, या ये ऐसे होता है, या एग्जाम कैसे लिखना है, या क्या पढूं, मैं कहाँ से पढूं. We are there to guide. We have noticed this, and the only thing is we have been through it. We do not want you again to go through it.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Awesome. Well put.
Thank you so much. I'll be glad.
Awesome. Yes, happy to. All right. Coming back to the session's topic, stat audit. So, any other questions regarding stat audit? Why stat audit? So we have discussed various fields and various kind of exposure that you can get. That we have, I think, comprehensively discussed in great detail. Any other questions or anything else that you guys have to add on to?
Sir, can I ask something?
Yes, Akshay.
सर मैंने मतलब दोनों ही करेंगे, स्टैट एंड इंटरनल ऑडिट. मैंने बताया जैसे कि सो एट द पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम डिफरेंस करना मुश्किल हो जाता है कि हमने इंटरनल ऑडिट में भी मान लिया आई एम डूइंग फॉर एन एचआर वर्क, लाइक एचआर का मैंने कुछ किया, तो मैंने इंटरनल में भी वही काम किया, मैंने स्टैट में भी उतना ही वही काम किया, मतलब कि पीएफ चेक करा, ये करा, वो करा. तो वहां पे डिफरेंस कैसे करें कि क्या स्टैट का करा, क्या इंटरनल करा, मतलब डिफरेंस क्या हुआ?
So मेरा पर्सनल ओपिनियन ऐसा है, यू कैन करेक्ट मी एज वेल. ओवरऑल व्हाट आई फील इज कि फाइनेंशियल स्टैट ऑडिट अगर कर रहे हो ना, तो एंड रिजल्ट क्या आ रहा है कि भाई कितना कुछ भी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में जो भी फ्लो होके जा रहा है ना, एंड ऑफ द डे वो करेक्ट होनी चाहिए. बिजनेस क्या है, कैसे कर रहे हैं, वो सब फ्लो होते होते अल्टीमेटली इट ऑल बॉइल्स डाउन टू द फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, सॉरी, कि हाउ द नंबर इज गेटिंग रिफ्लेक्टेड. फ्लो तो ठीक है, नंबर आ रहा है, ट्रांजैक्शन हो रही है, कैश आ रहा है, इन्वेस्टमेंट आ रही है, बट वो नंबर कैसे रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है ना, एंड ऑफ द डे रिजल्ट वो होता है. एंड इंटरनल ऑडिट में क्या होता है कि प्रोसेस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करनी है. जो फ्लो है प्रोसेस का, उसमें क्या लीकेजेस हो सकते हैं, रिस्क क्या है, कॉस्ट सेविंग कैसे कर सकते हैं, रेवेन्यू कैसे इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. तो वो काफी प्रोसेस ओरिएंटेड अप्रोच है. एंड ऑफ द डे अपने को बिजनेस की एफिशिएंसी बढ़ानी है, बिजनेस का कंप्लायंस बेटर करना है, वो अप्रोच होता है. सो दिस इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस दैट आई फील. होप दैट आंसर्स.
या दैट्स द बेसिक डिफरेंस. लेकिन फिर भी एड में मतलब ये लगता है कि हाँ सेम ही करा लगभग थोड़ा सा.
हाँ, वो तो है. देखो, I'll agree with you कि ग्राउंड वर्क जब तुम कर रहे हो तो वाउचिंग ही करनी है, ठीक है, सब चेकिंग ही करनी है. बट जैसे जैसे आप ग्रो होगे, तो अभी स्टैट ऑडिट में कैसे कि एक मेथोडोलॉजी होती है डिफाइंड, तुम्हारी एक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की मेथड्स होती है. आप बोलोगे कि डॉक्यूमेंटेशन की मेथड भी ठीक है, बट एज यू ग्रो एज अ सीनियर ना, तो तुम्हारा जो इंटेंशन होता है, जो पर्सपेक्टिव होता है, पैराडियम जो बोलते हैं, माइंडसेट, जो फ्रेम होती है, वो पूरी अलग होती जाती है. तो वो डिफरेंस आई फील यू विल बी एबल टू रियलाइज व्हेन यू आर एट a kind of a little bit more senior level, then you can clearly feel the difference. तो approach अलग हो जाती है after a point, but ground work yes similar होती है.
also know, like, to just add to Prithvi's point, Akshay, right? Yeah. So the thing, apart from like internal audit, may generally more focus is given to like you mentioned, controls. More focus is given to like processes, and internal auditor ka generally like responsibility ends. So like he will just see कि what sort of controls are there around the payroll processing, and whether those are operating effectively or not, or what can be improved. Stat auditor in the same area payroll में वो क्या करेगा, पहले तो वो controls को test करेगा ही, and इसमें भी what the added advantage of like stat auditors do is they just test the key areas. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि internal auditor will have to test suppose 100 controls in a payroll process. Stat auditor will just look at the cream 20 controls which are having an impact or financial impact, and next step what he will do is he will do a lot of substantive testing में मतलब क्या करेगा कि what is the quantum, मतलब suppose 100 crores का payroll expense हुआ है ये साल में, and last year it was 80 crores, 20 crores जो बढ़ा है वो किसकी वजह से बढ़ा है. You will analyze that, you will see the variance analytics कि भाई मेरा business, मेरा top line इतना बढ़ रहा है, whether it is corroborating कि मेरा revenue भी बढ़ रहा है, मेरा काम भी बढ़ रहा है और मेरा payroll भी बढ़ रहा है, then it makes sense. अदरवाइज अगर आप कोविड देखोगे, कोविड की वजह से तो काफी लोगों का बिजनेस वगैरह इज गॉन डाउन. नाउ टू कोलैबोरेट इट, अगर कंपनी ने सपोज सैलरी रिडक्शन की है, कंपनी ने एम्प्लॉइज को ले ऑफ कर दिया है, बट पेरोल कॉस्ट फिर भी तुम्हारा 80 करोड़ का 100 करोड़ हो गया, यू नो लाइक टेन टू गेट मतलब ट्रिगर ओवर देयर, डिस्पाइट टेकिंग अ कॉस्ट एफिशिएंट मेजर, व्हाई इज द कॉस्ट इंक्रीजिंग, you deep dive into it, you find out the reason, and then there can be a situation के मतलब वो genuinely बढ़ा है because suppose कोई नया डायरेक्टर आया था जिसको 20 करोड़ रुपया दिया है, but if there is no such situation you also tend to find out no like मतलब errors or misstatements over there, मतलब suppose an entry got doubly posted twice, or maybe there was some fraudulent accounting which is being done just to overstate the number. So a lot of things you tend to correlate over it, and it doesn't end just at the control. It's no like it's a quite extensive thing. Just it's a wider area. That's what I would like to say.
दुनिया तो दोनों अलग है, वो तो for sure है.
So basically ये हुआ कि मतलब इंटरनल ऑडिट में जैसे कि हमारे पास एक डिफाइंड स्कोप है पहले से, we have to deep dig into it.
Correct.
And
Yes.
start audit में we have to take an overview of everything. So बस ये हुआ कि वहाँ पे हमें खुद को ही रेस्ट्रिक्ट करना पड़ेगा कि भाई फ्लो में नहीं जाना, इसमें ऊपर से देखो, सैम्पलिंग कम करो और मेन चीजें देख लो बस.
It's not about ऊपर से देखो सैम्पलिंग करो, it's about what is relevant. You just be within the मतलब अगर जो चीज मेरी मेथोडोलॉजी की मैं बोलता हूँ कि मेरे को 20 टेस्ट करके मेरे को कंफर्ट आ रहा है, मैं क्यों ज्यादा से ज्यादा 100 टेस्ट करूँ. एंड समथिंग इज लाइक रेलेवेंट, अगर उसका कुछ फाइनेंशियल इम्पैक्ट ही नहीं है, उसका फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में जा ही नहीं रहा. वी ऑडिटर्स व्हाट वी डू अटेस्टेशन वर्क, वी से दैट फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू एंड फेयर, राइट. तो वी गिव अ ट्रू एंड फेयर ओपिनियन ऑन द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट. तो अगर वो फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट उसका इम्पैक्ट ही नहीं है, मैं क्यों जाके वो एरिया को टेस्ट करूंगा. आई कैन हैव some sort of alternate procedures and I can gain comfort over. And मेरा I will make sure that I do the best to get no like before reaching to a conclusion.
Awesome. All right, I think that helps. Yes, Sai Aditya, please.
Hi, this is Kirtana.
Yeah, Kirtana.
I just wanted to know, this session covers even NDS advisory, right?
So today we have not kept NDS advisory. We'll be keeping it in a separate one. I think, yeah, in the poster it's mentioned NDS advisory. So we feel that it's a whole different topic in itself. So we can arrange a separate one. And if in case you want to get in touch with someone who is working over there after the session, if you have my number, you can drop me a hi. I'll give you a number of the relevant person to connect.
Okay. Yeah. I can get your number from the group, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay, so it's 10:09 already. Funny how time flies. 1 घंटा हो गया, पता ही नहीं चला. Okay, so I feel that we have covered most of the points. If you have any other questions, we can happily take them up. Yes, Naveen.
Sir, I'm an intermediate student and I'm preparing for this articleship interviews. So as I got to know very informative, it was an informative session. I got to know each and everything about statutory audit, how many types of their NFS, NFS, how many, it's how future is this, in future, how many doors are open for you, and is it all the pros and cons. I got to know each and everything, but I want to know that how we should prepare for that. Like I have heard many of them that you should prepare all the essays, you should have the command on this AS also, to the very extent of Indias also, which we haven't read right now. And other from this.
So to put it in a nutshell, I would say, see, statutory audit, you need to work on all the financial statement line items, all the areas of the financials. So you need to have an general overview or a good understanding of all the areas. Direct taxation, GST, normal revenue recognition standards. So accounting standards तो by default चाहिए ही. आप अभी इंटर में हो तो इंडेस आपसे नहीं पूछेंगे, ठीक है, that is for sure. अगर पूछते भी है then you can mention that you are a inter student and you don't know exactly. उसके बाद standards on auditing हो गए. So इनका decent knowledge is must, with some practical examples or something that you can relate with in real life, and I think that should be enough.
Okay, and how this big six firms HR, how they conduct interview, like in what form?
So there are various rounds for it and everything, and if you want to prepare for the interviews, then we can help you with that as well, so we can connect separately for it.
Okay, I have already we have a conversation in August, in the month of August.
Okay.
Yeah, this Ayushi ma'am has given you a number.
Yes.
We had a conversation.
अच्छा, you're Naveen Nomadic है, काफी हो क्या?
Yeah, yes, Naveen Nomadic.
I'm
a traveler actually.
अच्छा, okay, awesome, great.
Yes.
All right, so we can do that. Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Naveen. Samiksha Jaisinghani.
हेलो सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि एएस तो हमने अब इंटरमीडिएट के टाइम पढ़ा था, अब तो हमने फाइनल भी दे दिया है, तो अब इंडेस तो याद है पर एएस सब भूल गए हैं.
नहीं
तो
पूछेगा इंडेस. आपको इंडेस आती है ना?
कि इंडेस से हो जाएगा.
नहीं, आपको इंडेस आती है ना? तो वही बड़ी बात है, वो खुश हो जाएगी. आपको इंडेस आती है ना, बस. तो लोगों को इंडेस भी नहीं आती, वो तकलीफ है. आपको इंडेस आती है, आप मार्केट में बहुत आगे निकल दो, टेंशन मत लो, ठीक है?
Okay.
All the best. All right. Who do we have next? Okay, I guess that's it then. Gentle reminder to register for our interview bootcamp. Registrations have already started. Last time we had really good placement results. Investment banking, forensics, valuation, sub mein people have joined and they are very happy. Best part is we are offering it at half the price of what the market is offering, and the quality is top notch. Good mentors from all the top firms. So see you all over there. All the best, and see you in the next open house, which will be shortly announcing. टॉपिक फाइनलाइज करेंगे. बहुत अच्छे है. आज स्टैट ऑडिट का हो गया ना, अभी फॉरेंसिक रखेंगे, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग रखेंगे, मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टिंग रखेंगे, वैल्यूएशन रखेंगे, फाइनेंशियल ड्यू डिलिजेंस रखेंगे. राज और कोई आ रहे क्या? डायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन हो गया, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेशन हो गया, और कौन सी प्रोफाइल बचती है राज?
19. There are 19 profile guys, so 19 days for conducting this open house. And don't worry, Prithvi और मैं नहीं रहेंगे बाकी सब सेशन में स्पीकर. You will get to hear it from the expert itself.
हमारी एक्सपर्टीज स्टैट ऑडिट की थी, 5.5 साल वहां निकाले, वो सारा ज्ञान आज बांट दिया इन अ नटशेल. अभी दूसरी फील्ड वालों को परेशान करना, जितना मन चाहे पूछना उनसे, एंड बेस्ट डिसीजन लेना, ठीक है? ऑल द बेस्ट गाइस. सी यू ऑल.
हेलो सर, आई हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन.
यस सागर. अच्छा, सागर और नवीन. अच्छा, कौन है सागर है कि नवीन है? हाँ, बोलो.
Sir, I am working on to adding up my skills specifically in Excel also. So I am covering all the MS Office. It would be helpful for this articleship interview.
Yes, absolutely. Having good command over Excel is one of the most critical skill sets they look for, and it would definitely give you an edge.
Okay. So how we could prepare for that?
You can look at the basic Excel preparation videos online, and if you are very keen on getting a certification, then you can get that as well. Many courses available in the market, but I don't think that is compulsorily important. If you are comfortable with the basic functions, VLOOKUP, pivot table, और कौन सा रहता है बेसिक फॉर्मेटिंग वगैरह अच्छे से अगर कर पाते हो, सम इफ हो गया, काउंट इफ हो गया, ये सब अगर अच्छे से कर पाते हो, देन दैट इज मोर देन सफिशिएंट, आपकी पूरी आर्टिकलशिप उसमें निकल जाएगी. ठीक है.
Okay, and like someone has raised this question, what should we add in our resumes and CVs? So how many qualities we should add? Like I have gained, I'm learning so many things. So how many points should I add?
ये काफी specific question है. I think we can take this separately, and we can share some templates as well. Not an issue. ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All the best. Yeah.
Everyone jumps off, like just one small announcement. So like my personal advice is that you guys would have attended today's session, but make sure that you attend like most of the sessions from those 19 open houses which we are going to do. Though you might not be interested, but like sometimes to gain those insights around the sector will help you better evaluate your career ahead. And these are people who are actually working in this particular department will share their narratives as to what sort of work goes around it. Like in Stat Audit, we had the luxury of becoming and directly starting it as an open house. But in those sessions, at least I think 10 to 15 minutes will go by those experts in explaining you what work they are doing and what work, the way they function. So at least like even if you have that understanding, it like you should always have that knowledge. Like I have knowledge. I have attended most of those sessions in the last camp, so I know what goes in around the industry में क्या चल रहा है. करना नहीं करना that is a separate thing. पता सब होना चाहिए. Boss, you are a CA. ये लोग भगवान ही मानते हैं कि CA को सब पता होना चाहिए.
Right. Really well put by Raj. So कौन से फील्ड में क्या होता है आपको बहुत अच्छे से नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. जनरली क्या रहता है कि अपना एक नोशन रहता है, अरे ये फील्ड में तो ये होता है, इसमें ये होता है, इसमें ये होता है. बट अगर आप बैठ के सुनोगे उनको तो सोचो आपकी नॉलेज कितनी बढ़ेगी. एंड मैंने क्या देखा है मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली कि जो आपकी नेटवर्किंग हो रही है अलग अलग फील्ड के बंदों के साथ. सो मुझे काफी अच्छा फीडबैक आया है ओपन हाउस के जो होस्ट है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी आज मैं हूँ तो आई गॉट टू कनेक्ट विद अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू पीपल टुडे. आज अपनी कनेक्शन हो गई तो कल को आप बेनिफिट करोगे कि भाई मुझे यहाँ पे जॉब चाहिए या ऐसे चाहिए, तो आई विल बी हेल्पिंग यू गाइस. आई नो कि आप लोग कौन हो. अभी लिंक्डइन पे मुझे अगर 5 मैसेज आ रहा है उसमें से एक आपका रहेगा तो मुझे पता है कि मुझे इसको पहले रिप्लाई करना है. तो वो एक पूरी अलग बेनिफिट है और फील्ड का तो है ही. सो इट्स अ नो ब्रेनर. प्लीज अटेंड द सेशंस. इट्स ऑल फॉर यू. एंड मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली share with your friends, get them added with Vision CA so everyone can benefit. ठीक है. All the very best guys. Thanks for this huge response. Really overwhelmed. Thanks Raj. Thanks everyone.
Hello Prithvi.
See you all. Yes Sagar.
Yeah, before we end, I have one last question related to Stat Audit. You Raj, if you can answer, like since you all are there since in this department for 5.5 years, so what are the challenges ahead lying in Stat Audit? Like as we know, like automation is coming up, here AI and all. So like few functions.
Yes. I understood your point. You're saying that automation वगैरह अगर आ रहा है तो auditor replace हो जाएगा क्या? No, it won't be.
No, that not replace. But how would it change? Like, is it happening in Big Fours right now, or how is it?
So, I'll tell you what's happening in the Big Fours. A really good question that you have put up. So, to everyone who is, so what's happening is कि जो AI वगैरह हो रहा है ना, Big Fours are using it in a positive manner. उससे वो लोग ने काफी tools develop कर रहे हैं जिससे audit और efficient हो रही है. They are bringing in automation, डेटा एनालिटिक्स, ये सारी चीजें अब ऑडिट में आ रही है. तो उससे क्या हो रहा है कि जो थिंकिंग टाइम है वो बढ़ रहा है कि जो थॉट प्रोसेस में लगाना है एंड जो मैनुअल वर्क है वो कम हो रहा है. तो उससे ना ऑडिट की क्वालिटी और बेटर हो रही है एंड इट इज हैपनिंग अक्रॉस द बिग फोर्स एंड अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड. सो इट्स इन अ पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन.
And like just a small example, our company, like in our company, we do not test anything around stat views. We have bots around it. Bot में आप चालान वगैरह डाल दो, it automatically gives you like the result कि कहाँ पे delay था, कहाँ पे नहीं था. So lot of time is saved. Like we are saving around 16 hours or 17 hours per engagement by using these bots and everything. And this is just a small example. So काफी जो unproductive चीजें जो हो रही थी या like we guys always say कि vouching करना पड़ रहा है, ये करना पड़ रहा है. वो सब भी काफी like to an extent it has reduced now, and quality time is more invested in understanding the business, understanding the environment, and like evaluating the key risk areas and everything.
Yes.
In fact, there are bots which actually identify your parameters in the invoices. For example, like what we used to vouch 100 samples, bots itself identifies the number, date, and amount, and whatever you want from there. So to that extent, it's actually changed.
Yes. Both change. Yes.
So is having such like hands-on knowledge of this such technology also required?
No. It's on the job. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering.
Yes. Thanks, Sagan. Okay then, guys. Good night. Take care.
Good night.
Register for the boot camp. See you in the next open house.
Good night. Bye.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to thanks for patient answering of all my questions. Thank you.
Hope you liked it.
Yes,
Thanks,
it was really helpful. Thank you.